morning.
Good morning.
I'm Bridget.
I'm Wendy.
And here we are at Flickin' Beans.
Flick and Beans.
Today we are back to basics with hot coffee, house blend, they call it, and a little squirt of cream.
It's pretty good. I was wary of just a not doctored up 7 Brew. Just
Right.
because they doctor their stuff up so much. I
A
wondered if their
lot.
coffee was bad, but it's not bad.
I got up to the thing and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm boring. Did you know they have a cupcake flavor? Oh, that sounds yummy. Wendy's tattoo, I was just pointing at it. It looks so good.
Right? I admire it often. Shout out to Iron Rose, Connor. I should know his last name, but I Connor or something.
I was just watching, I'm binging Friends again, and they just had the one where Rachel gets a tattoo and and Phoebe gets a dot.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, thinking about it, but I don't know still.
Yeah, I think, tattoos have become, even since then, so much more acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
Because I always kind of wanted to be heavily tattooed, but I thought, we had that message when we were younger that if you had visible tattoos, then you couldn't get a job or like it wasn't professional. But
or
now,
piercings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now like we have, I work in a professional ad agency and we have fully tattooed people and people with nose rings and all that kind of stuff, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's not that weird anymore.
Yeah.
Try to stand out now.
Right. By not having a tattoo.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I do have purple hair, so there's that. And I love it. Okay, so we did 2 Cheech and Chong movies.
Yes. I don't want to speak ill of such beloved stuff, but I found Up in Smoke to be pretty boring.
I did too.
But the next movie was a lot better.
Yes. And I'm like, maybe I think the later movies get better and funnier because they're getting their sea legs as actors. Cheech and Chong started out as stand-up comedy and comedy albums. Apparently Tommy Chong really does play the drums.
Oh, cool. He's an interesting character if you've ever listened to like a interview with him.
No.
Yeah.
But he was in like that 70s show as the photo booth guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he has the burnout stoner character down for sure. Which is funny. It's not really like his personality though. I think everybody thinks like
it's a character.
That Tommy Chong is this character that he portrays, but he's much more mellow than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
I mean, that's for comedy and they're obviously playing out some big stereotypes.
There were a lot of things that I did find funny and in little spurts, for sure. And I understand the movies, but the Up in Smoke original was a little slow for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I tried to for legal reasons, this is a joke. I tried to take a puff every time they were smoking.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, but one thing I realized is they weren't smoking that much in the movie.
That's because they could never get any.
Yeah, that's true.
Except that giant one that had dog poop in it.
Yeah.
Come on.
He continued to always have, Tommy Chong has that huge joint in the first one. And then he continues to always have like a big joint like that on him, which was so ridiculous.
Whereas Cheech pulls one out and it's a toothpick.
Yeah.
Oops.
A little actual toothpick. He's like, man, this is like a tooth. Yeah, there was stuff that was funny about it.
I thought one of the funniest things was the Cheech in the crop top with suspenders.
Yeah, that was going to be my next comment was the crop tops. Was this a thing in the 70s?
I do not know.
Because
I don't think so.
Yeah, both Cheech and Chong had different crop top
Certainly
moments.
not a tight crop top.
Yeah, the crop top and suspenders was quite a look.
Yeah, if anything, they still cut the sleeves off.
Yeah.
Make a big gash down the side. Maybe they cut the bottoms off. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't recall that, but I was a child.
Yeah, it's a movie and he's playing a weird character. It probably was not a fashion normal.
Right.
But I was just surprised by it wasn't just the one iconic like yellow crop top with the red suspenders. Like there was a cutoff, like Tommy Chong was wearing like a cutoff tie-dye shirt at one point. There was just like a lot of tummy.
So weird.
I also was impressed at what good shape they were in.
Yeah. that's kind of unbelievable if they really were the characters
Yeah.
that they were. It's not like they work out.
Right.
But they had muscles and good butts.
Yeah, very flat stomachs that you could wear a crop top and not have a little
Right?
pooch when you sit down.
Oh,
How?
God. I don't know.
Well, men are different too.
Men can do whatever the hell they want with their stomachs, and nobody says a word. Not a word. Just keep growing it out and out and out. Ugh. And then they get the big heads too. I don't. Okay, here's what I thought right off the bat. Cheech and Chong would make a great couple's costume.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that too.
Which one do you think you would want to be?
I think Tommy Chong would be more, or Tommy Chong. Tommy Chong would be more fun for me, or easier for me to transform myself into. But
With
if I was
the
going to do it with,
beard and the headband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I have long hair, so I could make it, But I think, like, if, for example, if, like, Joel and I were going to do it, Joel's much taller than me, so I feel like he would need to be Tommy Chong. So.
That would be so funny.
But I'm not going to, but I would want to wear the little crop top, and I'm not doing that. So.
Oh, yeah. Neither am I. I've never been comfortable showing my stomach.
Yeah.
And it's not terrible, but it's just very vulnerable.
Yeah, my thing is less about the stomach and more about the fact that I don't want my butt crack to show in pants. And if you have a crop top on, if your pants ever fall down. Okay. For me personally, I have a problem unless I'm wearing like high-rise pants. That when I sit down, sometimes my butt crack will show.
Oh.
And I always want to like have a long shirt just in case.
I remember those. I remember those jeans that were like have a whale tail and stuff.
I used to, when I had a flat
some.
stomach, I used to wear very low-rise jeans because that was like the style. So I wouldn't wear a crop top, but sometimes my jeans wouldn't quite match. I'd have like a little thing. But yeah, in general, I was always worried about my butt showing.
We call that a coin slot.
A coin slot, yeah. I didn't want to have plumber's ass out there, but I did a lot in that time period. Pretty much every time I went over.
Oh the car. God.
I have a fun fact about the license plate. So this famous like Muff Diver license plate actually belonged to a LAPD officer. Did you see
saw that. Yes. That is so funny. The another fun fact is that first car that he's driving belonged to Jack Nicholson. And apparently he's a huge fan.
Yeah.
And so backstory, Jack Nicholson was in an accident where he dislocated his shoulder. And how he fits into their world, but he was given a private screening. But it really, really hurt to laugh. And he laughed a lot. Goodness, I can believe it. But yeah, he must be a huge fan, which it seems unlikely. There's the minor bird in the big cage, that big black bird that's saying, Pedro's not here.
Yeah.
That was actually Cheech's voice. And I was thinking, so if you had a minor bird, what do you think it would say? Like, what's said most often?
I think it would mimic me talking to the cats and dog.
Oh, yes, it would.
I know this because we had a parrot for a short period of time while my aunt was, it was my aunt's parrot when I was a kid. She was in the hospital and we had it for a few months. Its cage was near the back door where we'd let the dog out and it started mimicking, Shelby, come inside.
Oh,
Shelby, come inside.
I love that.
I hated that bird.
Do you?
It was so mean.
Do you remember, well, you probably don't, the Electric Company show?
I mean, I know it, but I never really watched it. It
kind of went hand in hand with Sesame Street, but it was a little more for a little bit older kid. But they had this skit, can never forget it. Nobody my age doesn't know it. The bird is saying, who is it? And the guy says, it's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink. Who is it? It's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink. Goes on and on. The plumber is pretty much just exhausted and at the end and never gets in.
Oh.
How
unsatisfying.
Plumber. I don't know why that was so funny. It's like a catchphrase. Also, I would never, ever, ever buy a motorcycle that doesn't have a sidecar. 1,000%. God, I've always wanted that, whether it has a person or a dog with goggles.
Yeah.
I wonder if dogs with goggles could come with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time we saw, and we didn't get a picture of it, and I wish we had, but we were coming off the off ramp of the highway, and in Ankeny it's very long, and there was a old motorcycle, like old timey motorcycle with a sidecar, and this guy was driving with a Dalmatian. It was a Great Dane, but it had that like Dalmatian coloring.
Oh yeah,
with the black and white spots in his sidecar helmet.
Oh God.
And I was like, is this real? This is something from a movie.
Right?
I never saw him again. I was hoping that he would, like, maybe he was from Ankeny.
Oh, it was right around here?
Yeah. I was hoping that maybe I might see him again, but he must have just been passing through.
Oh, man.
Living their best life. But what was really weird about that, I was like, is he coming off the highway? He's driving on the interstate with his dog in a sidecar? That seems...
Maybe. Well, the goggles help from getting bugs in their eyes. Dry eyes, I bet.
Yeah.
And dogs don't blink as much as we do.
No, they like to put their heads out the window. I mean, it
Oh,
wouldn't be that bad. I
yeah.
just would think, like, I don't know. I guess you probably had them strapped in somehow.
Yeah. Heads out the window. That reminds me of that movie where the
Oh.
girl's head comes right
Yeah, I
up.
will never put my head out the window after seeing that.
Mm-mm. What was that? Hereditary.
Hereditary.
God, that was weird. Okay. I thought it was really dumb or whatever that there were 3 cops in the same car chasing them.
Yeah.
When do you ever see 3 cops in the same car? How about 3 cars? You might have caught them.
Yeah.
Goodness. And Stacy Keach plays the cop.
Yeah.
Which he and Cheech both were born with a cleft palate.
Oh.
And so that's why they have those big trademark mustaches. And it's something that my mom went to nursing school when I was a kid. And unfortunately, I saw a photo before surgery of like a little baby. And that's not something a little kid should see.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it now as an adult, but that was so scary
Yeah.
to me. You know, what is happening? Anywho, they really didn't have an emphasis on the munchies.
Yes.
Always the munchies.
Yeah, as soon as anybody, because there was a lot of scenes like where they lit the van on fire and started
Yeah.
making everybody around them high.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, they're just eating cheeseburgers left and right. And I always think that's funny. I mean,
The munchies are a thing, but not like
not
that.
like that.
No.
And usually it's not like right away. It's not like
No.
you take a hit, allegedly, and then you need to eat a cheeseburger right away.
And then after that, you
Yeah.
need some cupcakes. And after that, you need some
Yeah.
ice cream.
It's more like I have been smoking all night, and then it's like
Allegedly.
And I already ate dinner, but now I'm like, I need a little snacky snack.
Mhm.
And then you eat some ice cream, and then you move on with your life.
Or you DoorDash a blizzard from DQ. More than
Allegedly.
once. More than once. Like 10. Listen, what I do in the privacy of my own home.
Listen, I'm not judging.
Okay, well, I don't even have that many more notes. Other than more bands should wear tutus.
Yes. That, I think, is the ultimate Halloween costume.
Oh.
Cheech in his
Cheech
tutu
in his
outfit.
tutu. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I don't know. I might have to go there. That I would wear. I would
Yeah.
wear a tutu.
Yeah.
And the little, like, tassels.
Oh my god, yeah. He had tassels.
I don't think I have somewhere to wear that. Like, the only place I'm going dressed up probably this year is at work. I'm not going to wear that to work.
Oh god, no. Not with tassely
Oh.
pasties.
I should have texted you this earlier, but we should have learned the rock fight song.
Which one's the rock fight song?
Whatever they're talking about in the first one before they go to, every time they talk about the band competition, there's like this song that's like, rock fight. Anyway.
I always like Mexican Americans.
Yes. They don't only do gang fights.
Yeah.
They like white girls named Debbie too.
And they go to school and study Spanish and get a B.
That is a good one. I love
Oh, and then later, like years later, I remember maybe it was. Yes, it was. It was on the radio. Born in East LA. Nana was born in East LA. So he is Mexican American.
it. Yeah.
I love it. So, any more on that first movie? Chili choking pepper belly.
I think that's is it the first one or the second one where they're eating the burritos and the dog comes up and eats it? I think that's the first one.
Don't remember. Oh yeah, first one or second one?
I don't know. Maybe
It doesn't matter. They really run together.
They do.
Yeah,
It's one big gag. The scene where they're like eating the burrito on the street from a street vendor. That dog that comes up was a stray. It was not. It was just randomly in the street.
Wow.
And it came up so confident. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, here, I will take that.
That's awesome.
And it made it in the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Hare Krishnas were extras, obviously. They each were paid $25 to shave their heads.
Yeah.
Which, with inflation, comes out to like $129 today.
Yeah.
Would you shave your head for $129? No. I shaved just this little part.
Yeah.
But not bald. Are Hare Krishnas very prevalent at all anymore?
I don't know.
They have to be. It's a cult.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
See, you don't see them like as much. Aren't they the ones that used to like?
sit in airports
Yeah.
and shit.
They probably
yeah.
made them stop doing that, and now you don't see them as much.
Hare Krishna.
But yeah, it's still a thing. And also like a lot of new age gurus, quote unquote. I don't like it when people use that word, but new age people follow a lot of the Hare Krishna stuff, teachings.
Sure.
So it's still around.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
yeah.
I would need a lot more money to shave my head.
How much? It grows back.
It
Unless
does.
it didn't.
Well, I'm so precious about my hair because it's so fine and thin.
Uh-huh.
If I shaved even a section of it, I would just need to shave the whole thing because I would have like
Yeah.
2 hairs.
Yeah. I would hate to see you shave your head because you do have some fun hair. Hairstyles. You have a way of adding in bits and pieces. I mean, they're
Although-
literally hanging on the wall next to me.
Although I'm thinking now that a shaved head would make wearing a wig a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it would not need to be that much money. I think it would need to be like not a number, but like for something. Like let's say I really wanted to go on a vacation that costs $5,000 and I could shave my head and get it. But to say, would I do it for $5,000? I don't know.
If you took a vacation with a shaved head, you really would need a hat.
Yes.
Because that has never seen the sun. God, can you imagine
I have to wear a hat now
how
because
white our scalps probably
I
are?
know because I can see my scalp sometimes.
Or I'd have like a stripe of red
Yeah.
where the part was. Goodness. One of my favorite parts was at the very beginning where they siphon the gas into a dirty trash can full, and then they're trying to carry it away like idiots.
First of all, you can't siphon that much gas out of a truck. Sorry, no gas tank is that big.
Well, how many gallons is a trash can?
One like that, it was probably like 30,
Well,
maybe
it was
more.
a big truck. The van that they're siphoning that from, did you
Yeah.
notice on the side, the name of the company was Sadis and Sadat?
I missed that.
But like a whole name, Saydis. I love it. Stoner hijinks. And I loved the freedom to cover your condemned house with graffiti. So oh my God. Yeah, that was nasty. And it was right next door to that guy's pristine. I mean, I was like, I think that's actually AstroTurf in the driveway because it was perfect. And of course, that's going to annoy the guy. Maybe he could have had a bigger part. I would have liked to see some of that.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little one-off jokes a couple times.
Yeah, well, when Cheech comes in, he's like, help me, man. Help me get this out of the van. I stole it, and it's a slot machine. It actually fell on that neighbor. Maybe he's dead. I don't think so. But then they were like, oh, yeah, let's put it in the bathroom. I mean, why not? You grab your knob in there anyway. I did not say that. The dingle balls along the top of the windshield. I love those. I used to have a pair of shorts and I put those at the bottom. Dingle balls.
I know. I love that too. But then I think about how dusty it would get, and I wouldn't put it in my car probably, but.
Oh, I would. With the thick fur seat, a Muppet.
Yeah.
Remember that bathroom?
The Muppet bathroom.
Wow, we did see that.
I definitely would not put Muppet fur in the bathroom because I just think about how that stuff collects.
No, not in the bathroom, but in the car. Yeah.
Sure, in the car, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we saw a crazy bathroom once. The end.
Just picture everything covered in pink Muppet fur.
And then the rest of the house in Christmas trees. And it was like July.
Yeah.
Oh, they were just up all year round. How festive. Do we know what pendejo means?
Yeah, it's bendejo.
Oh, bendejo.
It's sort of like calling someone an idiot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I thought so. Well, that's a dirty trick.
Yeah.
I think everyone who knows a different language does that to people.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
We should ask her, do you think he would tell us any naughty words to sign?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know
karaoke.
some.
Yeah.
I know how to say the F word. Mm-hmm. I know how to say flirt.
Yeah.
And
this
doing it. I also know poop.
I know poop too. I just made the poop thing.
That's all I know.
Vagina.
Nice.
Or
of course it
pussy.
is. Gross.
That's all I know.
Not your vagina, but whatever. I don't know what's the deal with those lowriders and making their cars bounce.
I don't know.
What is that about?
It's a thing. I was thinking like when they were bouncing a whole bunch, how isn't that just like ruining your car?
I guess.
Just
maybe
shaking
it's
stuff
like
loose.
maybe they put like a super shock on them.
Yeah, they must have something like that. But it seemed like the inside just would get
That's how
rattled.
they show off
Yeah.
when they're Mexican Americans. Rednecks, or whatever you want to call it. Greasers, like from Grease. And they just like rev, and it's the whatever the loudest. That's how they indicate they want to drag race.
Yeah.
But these guys don't want to race. They just want to bounce.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. Although it does seem fun.
Yeah. It does. It looks cool.
It looks fun.
I mean, it's a cool thing to put in your rap video.
Woo-hoo! Coffee break! Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review.
Oh yeah. Bippity hop. Did you notice that inside their condemned house, there were trophies on a shelf? Several. I'm like, what do we think those were from? Maybe when he was younger, but maybe that's how he got his muscles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Another song that we could do is the My Scrotum.
Yeah.
To the tune of My Sharona.
Well, even with that, do you remember Help Me Wamba? I couldn't help thinking of that song. Wow. I was going to say, when you said take a toke whenever they did, I was going to say like a drinking game every time they said man.
Oh, you would be hammered.
195. No, wait. It was more. 295 times.
Whoa. Did you know at least in the credits of the Up in Smoke, Tommy Chong's character is just called Man. He doesn't have a name.
Yeah. Or does it say Stoner Man?
No, it just says Man.
Oh, God. That was... I thought that was weird, too. Huh. That is weird. And that's in the credits?
Yeah.
I watch it with subtitles for no good reason. Maybe I like to read. I don't know.
Well, sometimes it's nice to have them on if you can't quite catch what they're saying.
Right.
You know? But
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene where they're busting into the hotel room because he wants his luggage?
Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be Cheech's cousin Red from Texas. Wanted his luggage. And then there's that couple in bed who have a puppet sex fetish, I guess. But then she jumps out of bed and she's like overacting. Don't touch me. Oh, don't you at all touch. And she's like, honestly wanting it.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
She's like, they're not even paying attention to her. And she's just like, oh my gosh, you'll regret it if you touch me.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, throwing it back.
It reminded me of the Saturday Night Live character that Kristen Wiig played, where she's like, don't make me sing.
Yeah.
Don't make me sing. And then she would. Goodness. Other than Greg, do we know anyone who can grow a mustache like that? Because I'm assuming you could.
Yeah, he seems to have very healthy.
Swarthy.
My brother, maybe. He's very hairy. He's
Wow.
not. I don't know if I've ever seen him with just a mustache. He usually has a full beard going on.
Yeah. Huh. I
Otherwise,
suppose your cousin,
oh yeah,
the drag queen, could probably let it.
yeah. His mustache is healthy. He just keeps it more like Freddie Mercury than Cheech.
Snoop was recently on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And he did the weather with Al
I saw
Roker.
that, yeah.
Did you? And they had all like weed references in the cities.
Yeah.
Was that weird? I thought that was weird.
It is weird, the whole phenomenon with Snoop right now,
Ugh.
and just like weed in general, because
Yeah.
it's still federally illegal. But somehow we've just like accepted that
It's normalizing.
It's normal. Yeah. Which is fine, but it's also like when I watched it, I was also thinking, man, there's like so many people in jail right now, and they're making jokes about it. That is a little. Anyway, but it was cute.
Yeah.
Snoop is very charming, and he's probably, in the ways that he does this, is doing good for the movement, I guess. But it's also like,
I call him America's
Yeah.
sweetheart.
just to let the people out of jail. That's all I'm saying. Not to get political.
Let my people go.
Allegedly.
Mike Judge told Cheech at one point that Beavis and Butthead was inspired by Up in Smoke. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba.
I loved Beavis and Butthead. I wasn't
I
allowed
know, I
I wasn't
did
allowed
too.
to watch it at home when my mom didn't like it, which, to be fair,
Yeah.
when this was going on, I was pretty young.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I would get to catch it, like at a friend's house or something.
Well, wait, that kind of sounds like, yes, that sounds like that song.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That lady that snorted a whole paper plate full of Ajax cleaner.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't really snort it. She had a little vacuum in her hand. So that's how
That's how
that
you did
scene
that?
happened. God, her reaction to that was hilarious. And I'm surprised she didn't die.
Yeah, I mean, she was acting like she was high, but really she would have been like throwing up and
Dying. Yeah, really rotting from the inside. Seriously.
seriously, it would like burn holes in your stomach.
Yeah,
probably.
well, you know how they put borax on cockroaches?
and ants and stuff.
And
yeah.
it just like disintegrates their exoskeleton? Autopsy. Oh, I love it.
Ain't that a peach?
Ain't that a peach? That was not a magic trick.
No.
And that lady is so funny. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out where we knew her from because she seemed familiar, but you know? Oh, you were just saying. I think she's played that similar character in a lot of stuff. She's got that
Yeah.
wholesome Midwestern thing
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. Real prim.
Yeah.
Not getting jokes. Like the girls singing in and out and in.
Yeah. I think we all have like an aunt or something that is like that.
Yeah.
And you like, I remember she's gonna, well, she probably wouldn't care. My aunt, I won't say which one because I have several. We had this, I don't remember the like context of the story, but she kept saying teabag and she didn't know what it meant. And like everybody else was just like,
Dying.
you, and who gave you a teabag? And she was like, my son. He did. And we're like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I think she knows.
Teabagging. Oh, man.
Yeah, I feel
stuff.
sometimes I feel like I am that Midwestern woman.
Well, we are, technically.
Yes. Overall, these are really not just a stoner movie. They're like about, I was surprised how many other drugs.
Yeah.
Like, they do a lot of cocaine in this movie and like acid and like all this.
That bag of cocaine, come on.
Yeah.
I don't personally know how much cocaine goes for. I've never done it, but I think it's supposed to be expensive.
Yeah.
And that was a full sandwich bag or a Baggies brand.
Yeah.
It does not have the zip closure. You tie it up. Anywho, that was a lot.
Yes.
That probably was actually Ajax.
Yeah. I'm assuming that most of the powders were not actual.
Oh,
but-
jeez.
And then, can we talk about the rape scene?
Which one's the rape scene?
So can't remember the context, but Cheech is like, is it a dream sequence?
Oh, okay.
Where he's got that girl and she's passed out.
I don't remember that.
Okay. She's passed out and he starts like touching her boobs and she doesn't wake up. And that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little like cringy. But then he lifts up her skirt
Oh.
and starts looking, and then he's like, oh. And he starts looking around and he lifts her skirt up and he starts like taking his pants off.
Uh-huh.
And then he gets interrupted. And none of that was funny to me. Just saying.
To be fair, if it's a dream sequence, you know, dream about whatever you want.
What was the context though? I don't think it was a dream
remember.
I guess.
But he
So
also,
that's how they got away with it.
But he also was holding on to a teddy bear, and he's like pushing the teddy bear's head down toward his groin, and that was funny.
Yeah.
But nobody wakes up screaming, "Get out, get out." Well, maybe some people do.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
No.
I do to my cats. Frickin' cats. Did I tell you my cat learned how to say marijuana?
No.
Yeah. You know, he already knows how to say hello.
Yeah.
And it was like, meow. You hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell?
He's been watching too much Cheech and Chong.
He's my own minor bird. I don't say that. No. I say weed.
Yeah, nobody. Does anybody be like, let's go get some marijuana, dude?
Once I was reading a book and they literally spelled it out marijuana. No, it was like marriage.
Yeah.
Awana. So I don't know where they say that, but in Just we say it.
Yeah, it's like a funny way to pronounce it. Like you say you're going to Tarjay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it's not, nobody says it earnestly.
In Walmart.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm out of fun facts.
Okay, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up in Smoke and next movie. Good stuff.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch if you say they get better, maybe I should watch
They do. Nice Dreams.
Yeah, some of the later ones. Because I did think that, like, next movie was significantly better than Up in Smoke. Mostly just because they had, like, a story. The first one is kind of just like, haha, these guys are stoners, and there wasn't, like, a plot.
It's like they took these characters and they're like, let's make a movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. There wasn't much other than to like kind of introduce them into the movie world.
Yeah.
And I can't believe how many movies came out of their thing.
There's one movie that got pitched that didn't get made.
Which is?
So the studio that owned the rights to Cheech and Chong also owned the rights to Friday the 13th, the Jason Voorhees movies. And this was pitched and even like written out that they were going to have Cheech and Chong be camp counselors and Jason Voorhees was going to come and attack their camp.
Okay.
But they finally nixed it. They're like, no, it's not. It's not good. But I kind of want to see that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that movie could get made now. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Did we do it?
We did it.
We flicked some beans.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, right there. Okay, let's try. Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too. Mexican Americans son-in-law named Jeff. Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning, but they have to, so they do it real slow. Mexican Americans love education, so they go to night school and they take Spanish and get a B. Yeah, leave that in. Mexican Americans love their nanas and their nonos and their ninas and their ninos. Nanu, nanu, nina, no, no. Mexican Americans don't like to go to the movies where the dude has to wear contact lenses to make his blue eyes brown. Cause don't it make my brown eyes blue? And that's all I got. How do you like it?
Oh, that's good.
Pretty good. It's like a protest tune, man.
Yeah, I dig that, man.
Yeah.